Welcome to the final edition of KMVC News for the 2021 fall semester. I'm Marina Diaz. We begin the show with an end of the semester report on campus COVID activity. Missouri Valley heads into finals week and students leaving campus without an active case to report. It's the second time this semester the ledger has had a 0 in the case count column, and Valley has had fewer than 5 active cases at any one time since Labor Day. Missouri Valley officials are watching the Omicron variant in prepping for the return of students and faculty for the spring semester in 2022. Students who stayed on campus during break got a chance to be a part of a Thanksgiving feast that was hosted by campus chaplain Nick Petrov. KMVC's Adam Balkan reports on the dinner and those giving thanks for it.
Choose us to be here, to play for us, to study with us, and we are very proud of it. So we give back tonight.
Over 200 students remained on campus during the holiday break. With most of those students being international, Thanksgiving is a new tradition where friends and family get together and enjoy a Thanksgiving feast.
Petrov says when he came to the United States, he didn't know anything about Thanksgiving until he was invited to a family dinner.
Well, 15 years ago, my family and I came to this country, and we knew nothing. What is Thanksgiving? Why people celebrate Thanksgiving? And a few weeks after we arrived, it was Thanksgiving, we were invited to a family for a Thanksgiving dinner, and we were overwhelmed with the hospitality. And
MVC student Jahlil says the dinner was well put together and that he enjoyed the food.
He brought everybody together, and as he mentioned, great leadership, by the team, everybody to set this all up. I know that if it wasn't for him and the staff and the team, this wouldn't have been possible. So it was good.
The menu consists of turkey, ham, sweet potatoes, and more traditional Thanksgiving food. Adam Balkan, KMVC News.
The dinner was November 23rd, 2 days before the Thanksgiving holiday. Other top story involves the Missouri Valley men's soccer team as they try to defend the national title. KMVC's Austin Bullen is here to tell us all about it.
Well, the Vikings have 3 steps ahead, but they can't complete that second step without taking care of business today. And that first step is happening as we are doing the show. Missouri Valley is in the quarterfinals of the national tournament in Decatur, Alabama, as the 4 seed. The Vikings are playing the 5th-seeded Kaiser Seahawks in a game that started at 10 on Thursday morning. With a win, Valley moves on to play on Saturday against the winner of the Central Methodist Mid-American Nazarene game. Valley earned its trip to Alabama by first getting a game-winning goal from Kazuki Hashimoto to get past Hastings 2-1 in the first match of the opening round, and secondly on the strength of 2 Mike Mosier goals to beat Bethel 2-0 in the opening round final. Missouri Valley's path to defending the national title started at home, as Missouri Valley was one of 10 schools hosting the opening rounds of the NAIA National Tournament.
Missouri Valley is no stranger when it comes to hosting national tournament games. Valley has hosted these kinds of games every season since 2017. Missouri Valley hosted the Marshall Bracket, which included Bethel, William Carey, and Hastings, with Valley representing the 1 seed in the bracket. Home field advantage isn't the only factor in the national tournament for Valley. Vladimir Simic says that Valley's experience in tournament games is what gives the Vikings an edge.
Experience is a huge factor, and hopefully we have enough after 11 years of making national tournaments, so hopefully that will help at least a little bit.
Missouri Valley played against Hastings in the opening rounds of the national tournament for the 2nd straight year. Hastings head coach Cole Poppin says that Missouri Valley is a good hosting site for these games.
We think that Missouri Valley runs a really tight and organized and openly communicative experience here in terms of being a host site, and it's not always the case, and so we're just really appreciative and grateful of that.
Hosting sites for the opening rounds are determined by a selection committee made up of head coaches and administrators from all over the country.
Missouri Valley was one of 3 Missouri schools to host the opening rounds. The other 2 were Central Methodist and Columbia. Playing in front of the home crowd has its advantages, and KMVC's Marina Lopez reports some of the Missouri Valley students brought some of their traditions to Missouri Valley's home games.
The challenge for the MVC men's soccer team this season was hard to achieve. They got the national ring last time, and this year they are trying to fight to get it again. However, this year they count with the support of all student fans.
We started to support the team because we have a lot of friends in there, but even more because we have 2 Spanish friends. And this year they both made their debut for the team. And we went to support them. One of them, David Canario, you know them, scored a hat-trick in 45 minutes. So that was the starting point for us to go every match.
The players of the team were more excited seeing all the support they have at home, and even more when they play away and the fans are still there cheering.
Here we are now in Alabama. Probably one of the reasons why we are here is because the great support that we had the last games in home. The atmosphere that we felt in the field was crazy. All the fans singing our names, supporting us during the whole games were something just unbelievable, and we will never forget that. So now we will fight to get that ring, to bring it back home to all of you.
The Missouri Valley women's soccer team had its season come to a close in the first game of the opening round. The Vikings were in the Hattiesburg, Mississippi bracket as the 2 seed and fell 3-2 in overtime to the 3-seeded Reinhardt Eagles. The Vikings finished the season 14-6-1, second in the Heart of America Athletic Conference, and with a second straight appearance in the national playoffs. Last year, due to COVID, Missouri Valley College did not host a lot of events. But this year, Missouri Valley's women's wrestling team got to hold their annual wrestling tournament. KMVC's Sharon Thompson reports on the largest women's wrestling tournament there has ever been.
This year, Missouri Valley College held the largest women's wrestling tournament there has ever been. This tournament was open to a lot of different schools around the nation, including the National Collegiate Athletic Association, otherwise known as the NCAA. Head women's wrestling coach Carl Murphy says he takes pride in being able to host this match.
I feel a little pride in that we've run this event for a long time now, and it just keeps growing. We keep having a lot of teams return, indicating that they like it. So I think we've run a friendly tournament here, a good quality tournament, and this is the best competition in the country.
Tess Kinney was one of the individuals who got the opportunity to compete at this match. She says the Missouri Valley Open is like a small nationals and determines her progress.
It's a good learning experience. It's really good progress. It's only November. Nationals is in March, so I mean this is a little bit of a culture shock before the big deal.
One of the NCAA schools that attended this tournament was Division II King University, located in Bristol, Tennessee. Head women's wrestling coach Jason Mormon says this is almost like the WCWA National Championship.
Just a lot of different looks and different people, different matches we might not see all year long. And it's just, we used to have the WCWA National Championship, which was everybody together. So this is kind of like that, to us a little bit. So.
Although this is an NAIA tournament, a lot of different schools around the nation still come out to compete like it's their championship meet. Sharon Thompson, KMVC News.
39 schools at the Missouri Valley opening wrestling match from both the NAIA and NCAA. A familiar face is returning to Missouri Valley to take over as the head coach of the women's volleyball program. Missouri Valley College hired Brett Holt as the new head coach from women's volleyball. Holt previously coached at MVC from 2012 to 2017, where he won 149 games in 6 seasons. Holt helped Valley make its first national championship appearance in 2017. Holt is taking over for Tamika Drake, who was promoted to Assistant Athletic Director of Game Day Operations. One final note, conference basketball started for both Missouri Valley teams Wednesday night against Benedictine. The women's team won 61-48, and the men's team won 73-68.
Thanks, Austin. I sure do love basketball season. Missouri Valley College has a normal finals week and semester back for the first time after the COVID-19 pandemic. KMVC's Sakina Kumar reports about the final week this year.
Last year, Missouri Valley College had an irregular final week and semester due to the COVID pandemic. The finals were a hybrid of face-to-face and online, but all the finals are face-to-face this semester. In addition, with the coming of fall break and Thanksgiving break, the semester was much shorter than this semester, and it was done by November 24th. However, MVC has a fall break and Thanksgiving break back this semester, so finals week is done by December 10th. Chastity Finney, Missouri Valley College student, says how she feels about the normal semester back.
I enjoyed the normal semester because we were face-to-face and we also had more breaks, but I also liked last year because we had a longer break.
Alyssandra Espindola, Missouri Valley College student, says she prefers the normal semester to last year.
I think I like the in-person classes more, how we've been doing it this semester, because when it was online, I still learned and it was easy, but I think I paid more attention when it was in person and I could actually hear the teacher and see the teacher. Whereas online, I kind of just didn't really pay attention as much.
The fall semester's grades are posted by 2 on December 14th. Sakina Camero, KMVC News.
The academic schedule is available via the academic calendar on moval.edu. The Missouri Valley College Repertory Dance Ensemble had its fall showcase in the Eccleston Mabee Theater. A year ago, it was at the Indian Foothills Park, so the return to the theater allows for dancers to focus more on their pieces than taking advantage of the expansive environment. KMVC's Courtney Cole reports how everything came together for the ensemble.
With the fall semester ending, the Missouri Valley College dance team had their fall repertory dance. J.D. Morgan, professor of dance, says how the show came together.
Each piece has its own message. So in between each dance, there's a brief pause so students can review or not students, but audience members can review the program and see what the title is and see how that informs the piece.
The ensemble had different styles of dances as well as themes from the performers. Jennison Baker, a Missouri Valley College dancer, says how she was excited for the show to come together.
I had a piece that I choreographed, and I just wanted the girls to come off and seem proud of the dance, and not just for my dance, but for all the dances. I just want us to have fun and be proud of what we've put on.
The performances had multiple tribute dances, one of them being for the victims of 9/11. Courtney Cole, KMVC News.
The next dance ensemble is in the spring semester. Missouri Valley is giving people a chance to show off their creativity with a winter pop-up exhibit named The Call for Art. Valley is giving a chance to local artists to showcase their artwork, no matter the skill level, and possibly sell some of their work. Artists who are able to sell their work keep 100% of the money made. The exhibit is in the Morris Gallery inside the Technology Center. The showcase is free to enter and is available every day through December 9th. Masks are strongly recommended. And that's KMVC News for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Marina Diaz.